Peace, love, and reparations. Welcome to Black Star TV 2.0. Your boy is back. Come in, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. What's going on, family? Listen, I want to talk about a couple things. We're going to talk about these Democrats. We're going to talk about our brother Karmelo. But let's start off with this Karmelo. Now, family, we know that our brother was at a track meet, and he apparently went under a tent because it was raining, right? And these boys tried to tell him to move and put their hands on him, and he F around and found out. And unfortunately, the white boy died. And that's what it is. And now you have these white people out here who are trying to claim that that wasn't self-defense and that Karmelo shouldn't have had a knife on him. But it's not illegal to carry a knife. As a matter of fact, you're allowed to have a knife the size of your palm. If it's any bigger than your palm, I believe that it's illegal. At least I know that in New Jersey. But yeah, they sell knives in gas stations, corner stores. They sell knives all over the place. Don't try to make it seem like, oh, what was he doing with a knife? He was trying to protect himself from people who like to bully. You have to understand that we are the one group in America who are targeted by hate crimes the most. We're targeted by hate crimes more than all the other groups put together. Statistically, if you look at the FBI statistics, our hate crimes against us, that's perpetrated against us, is more than all the other groups put together. So anytime someone asks us why we are running around with weapons, that's why. That's why we're targeted the most. Yes. So it's justifiable. And anybody who didn't have any smoke for these guys right here, because we got to look at it like this. Look, white supremacy, they have a social contract, right? Where they have to make it seem as though they're heroes anytime something violent happens against us. And when we do anything, whether it's against our own people or against them, that we're some type of violent criminals and nothing can be self-defense. And you're talking to a person who's been to prison 3 times and been to the county jail. I'm not going to say hundreds, but I've been to the county jail lots of times, right? Majority of the time when I see 2 people fight each other, bro, they both getting locked up. They both doing time unless they just both, you know what I'm saying? Like, they are both doing time. Like, the other person ain't going in there, yo, he hit me first. Like, they not trying to hear none of that shit. So we don't really get no self-defense or stand your ground. And again, think about stand your ground. This was truly a law made for white people. When you just think of it all together, because white people love to make laws vague. They love to make laws vague and ambiguous. So when you say, oh, I can stand my ground if I fear I don't have to retreat. I don't have to retreat if I'm in fear of danger. I don't have to retreat. I can stand my ground and use lethal force. Now, the caveat to that is, who is it that is determining the level of fear in someone to be able to commit lethal force or use lethal force? How can you determine someone's level of fear when they're scared? You can't. You feel what I'm saying? That is where the broad and ambiguous, where it gives white people a window to just air shit out and then be like, I was scared. Nope, I was scared for my life. Nigga, you was the aggressor. You was not scared at all. Like Zimmerman, you weren't scared for your life. You were the aggressor. You see? You got Daniel Penny. He choked out Jordan Neely from the back. Jordan Neely didn't even see who killed him. He was just screaming and ranting and raving on the train like people do all the time. Grabbed him from the back, and you will hear these white supremacists and these tethers sit here and say that Jordan Neely, Daniel Penny was trying to protect other people on the train. No, you weren't. Because nobody was in danger. Why nobody else thought to try to choke him from behind? He didn't even see who his killer was. That was so cowardly. And they said that was self-defense. Mind you, the dude wasn't even touching him. You got Kyle Rittenhouse driving from a whole nother state with a gun, illegal gun. You can't even have Jesus Christ. You can't even have that firearm. So okay, you didn't get charged. You got found not guilty for not killing him, but you said, but let me call you back. I'm recording. You feel me? So you even though you got found not guilty for not killing them, you still should have got found guilty for illegal possession of a firearm because you didn't have a gun license at all. You didn't have a gun license at all. So how did you get away with that as well? See, I'm white and I say so. I'm white and I say so. And all these people were some self-defending. Oh, he was defending the stores. He was defending. Come on, now he was defending the stores. Now the stores were in danger. So you have to kill somebody so they don't break down somebody's store, that they can just get some insurance that they got insurance on anyway, that's just going to fix it anyway. Knock it off. You rather take a life over the building. You see what I'm saying? Oh, I was in danger. I was protected. I'm like, all of that is some vague stuff, man. They allow these white people to be very vague on how they do stuff. And remember, Daniel Penny's situation happened in New York. That's a Democratic ran state. He got away with killing a black person, choking them from behind in a Democratic ran state. These people, let me get to these Democrats real quick. We're going to get on these, man. We're going to break this down. I'm about to show you a video of Obama, Kamala Harris, and Cory Booker, and Jasmine Crooked Wig Crockett. But before I show you the video, let me say something about Obama. Now, Obama, you have to listen to what he's saying. He's going to start stumbling over his words. And he's going to make an excuse of why he's doing that. But you have to understand, the reason he stumbled is because the stuff that he was saying before that wasn't making no sense. It wasn't making no sense. And he was trying to make it make sense. And he couldn't find the words to put it together because what he was saying was bullshit. You see? So now, then you got Kamala Harris. She was talking. Watch this, family. We're going to break it down after. We're going to break it down after. Let's get it.
That's how we built the economy we did. That's why this place worked. And it has very concrete impacts on all of our lives. So, this is the first time I've been speaking publicly for a while. I've been watching a little bit.
Nigga, please.
Nigga, please.
You know, what has changed since 2016 is that we are in the midst of seeing progress being rolled back, policies that we birthed being rolled back, the terms that we use for what is progress in America being turned into a pejorative, intended to deny the facts and to deny smart policy, by the way, effective policy, by the way, that has been proven to yield a great return on that investment.
With the intention of disrupting the normal business of the United States Senate for as long as I am physically able. This would be a crisis for elder care. This would be a crisis for disability services. What it is When a nation isn't taking care of its elders, it's a crisis of our national character.
Family, ask Kamala Harris what the hell is smart policy and all this equity that you got from the return on your investment of some policy. What the hell is she talking about? All of them was just talking BS, especially Obama. That's why he started tripping up and tried to blame it on. He wasn't speaking. He ain't publicly spoken in a while. No, it ain't got nothing to do with that. You went to Harvard, nigga. You crazy, bro. You got a law degree. You definitely know how to talk. If you don't know how to do nothing else, you know how to talk, bro. You was talking BS and you couldn't catch it. Nope, you couldn't put it together right. That's why I said if he was to ever run for a third term, they was talking about Trump passing the third term, which he's trolling. He's never going to get that passed. He's probably never even going to try to attempt to. I think he just says that to troll the Democrats. But even if he did, Obama would get washed right now. Yo, first of all, the Black community, we don't rock with you at all. At all, not even a little bit. We would not want you in office at all. But the simple fact that you out here like this, stuttering and fumbling and bumbling and mumbling, man, you ain't getting nowhere. Then Kamala Harris talking about all this smart contract. Cory Booker. Now listen, family, it's funny. They will mention everybody except Black folks. Now this dude, moist dude, done filibustered for 25 hours. 25 hours. He didn't mention Black folks one time. Now, I will give him credit because he reading the room. He said, man, listen, Black folks don't want to hear nothing about no immigration. They don't want to hear nothing about no immigrants, no LGBT, no prison reform. He said, what can I say without mentioning them, but still mention somebody else? And he thought of old folks. I'm telling you, bro, they're going to stay so far. Because, see, when you talk about helping old people, you talking about helping white people, racist white folks, Republican white folks, that's old. You just helping anybody. Like, man, get out of here. We don't want to hear that. Nope. You helping old Chinese people, old this, old. We ain't trying to hear that. Why would you be helping them? They on their way out the door. Man, listen, these Democrats are at least, all right, now I'm about to show this video of Jasmine Crooked Wig Crockett. Now, with Jasmine, unlike Cory Booker, she's not reading the room. See, she's still running around here caping for the damn immigrants. Watch this, family.
So I had to go around the country and educate people about what immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands. You're not. We're done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation.
First of all, why are you equating picking cotton with farming? Like that's the only form of farming. And who said we don't want to farm? Who are you speaking for? Yeah, we don't want to be paid low wages to farm, but we will farm all day. We was farming for centuries. We were the best farmers. We actually brung back the agricultural part of America when it was down in the dumps. Like, man, knock it off, bro. We definitely are farmers, bro. Y'all just like to take our land, take our farm stuff. Yo, don't try to ever play us about what type of work we will do and what we won't do. Black people will do any work if you pay us right. Yeah, you're not going to, and again, well, we're a country of immigrants. No, we're not. We aren't immigrants. And the funny part about it is she's trying to say that we're a country of immigrants while simultaneously making it seem like, oh, farming is some immigrant work. We ain't doing none of that. So what is it? Are we immigrants or are we not? You see? And you low-key slighting them. Why you trying to get us to come over? That's why we need them over here. So they can farm and they can do this and take all your jobs, stupid. What you think we dumb? The Center of Immigration Research already done told us a million times that illegal immigration is affecting Black people the most, and immigration in general. So this is what you getting from the Democrats, man. The Democrats, they are on a crashing train. I'm telling you, they on a crashing train. It's funny because I'm just reading this post right here. It said that Kyle Rittenhouse, they raised $586,940 for him. I think our brother got close to 200,000 to 200,000. Yeah, I really feel like he should have the best defense attorney in the country, like George Zimmerman had. Yeah, they got bread up for him heavy and got him one of the best defense attorneys in the country. Where are the Black lawyers? Where are the Black lawyers? Like, seriously, bro. I got so much to say about that, but I'm gonna save that for another situation. Talking about these Black lawyers. Word. I'm gonna dig in their ass. But for right now, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like that the white America is mad that we are sticking together, because we're definitely shutting that narrative down, because the most posts that I see on social media is pro Karmelo Anthony post, and you will have the haters and the white supremacists within that post saying their little shit, but it ain't a whole lot of anti Karmelo post that I see anyway from my feed. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think that white supremacy is just mad that we are actually sticking together. We are actually on code about this. And I think the worst thing that can happen is that they find Karmelo guilty on anything. You got to remember, bro, all four of these people walked off. All four of these people walked off on the screen. So yeah, I don't even care if you talk about, we're just going to give him a year probation. No. That boy should go straight home with nothing. He shouldn't have no criminal history whatsoever. Yeah, we're not going with that. Stand your ground is stand your ground. All this double-sided justice. Like, we're not doing that, bro. And again, this is why I tell y'all, man, we definitely need our own tribal courts and our own tribal government so we can get away from these folks. We got to get away from these folks, man. So we ain't got to deal with none of this double standards and shit like that. And their little, well, he shouldn't have did this and he should. Well, why couldn't he fight, man? Because he didn't want to fight, nigga. Because you don't have to fight. Yeah, bring that bullshit to me. You gonna see I don't fight either. I'm gonna put something in you too. It's gonna either be some bullets or a knife. Trust me, but it's gonna be something. I'm going right upside your dome, right upside that head. Feel me? Ain't nobody playing with y'all. Everybody think everybody want to sit around here and fight all the time. Niggas ain't got no time to be sitting there knuckling it up all the time. Hell no. Ain't nobody tell you to put your hands on me. Now, see, if I smack you and then you hit me back and now we fighting and now I get something to try to poke you or whatever, that's kind of cowardly. I would say that's kind of cowardly. To an extent, because really there's no rules in fighting. But just in general, I would probably be like, I wouldn't have did that. You know what I mean? You started it and you punched on them and now the nigga punching on you back and you can't take it. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to get no weapon now. But if you do, it is what it is, because shit, it is what it is. There ain't no rules in fighting. So when people try to make rules up and shit, like, nah, y'all don't abide by them rules. Why didn't Daniel Penny just choke him out a little bit and then let him go? And then tell him that, yo, man, shut up, man. You can't keep doing that, man. Why he ain't do that? Nah, he choked him all the way till he stopped breathing. I don't want to hear that shit about what what Karmelo should have did and could have did and would have done. Man. He F around and made that boy find out. Because you are a suspected white supremacist. And I'm pretty sure, see, again, y'all thinking this is Rosa Parks and them. Nope. We ain't sitting here boycotting. Now we're going to get you up out of here. Get up out of here, huh? Yeah, don't play with us, man. We up out of here, man. Peace, love, and reparations. Please make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. If you're not subscribed, hit the like button. Share this out. I appreciate everybody for supporting the channel. I love y'all. We out of here, man.
Is not a nicety. It's not something nice to have for black folk. It is now an absolute necessity. If you do not get reparations soon, black folk, as I told you before, are through. Reparation is not a nicety, it's a necessity. What are the conditions? What are the conditions that precipitated black folk getting into this dilemma? And what black labor, white wealth did, it tracked 800 years of history in very systematic terms to show you every strategy, every technique, every law, every public custom, and every public policy that was used to enslave black folk around the world and to maldistribute almost 100% of all this nation's wealth, power, resource, privileges, businesses, and controls of all levels of government into the hands of the dominant white society. And what slavery and Jim Crow segregation did with black folk, it intentionally maldistributed all the resources away from black folk and created a real-life monopoly game. Black folk in America are playing in a real-life monopoly game that you're totally ill-prepared to play and win.